driving sustainable innovations, and to share their valuable knowledge, may I now request Mr. Srini Ravi, CSO Rubik's Network. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put your hands together to welcome such notable dignitaries among us. Thodi energy ho jaye? Look at this, beautiful. And now may I request Ms. Garima Singh, CTO of Doris Labs. Next we have with us Sachin Kumar, MD, Jumbo Blockchain. And finally, we have with us our moderator, Mr. Sunil Kapadia, Blockchain Architect. Some energy for Sunil Kapadia ji for organizing this fabulous event. The stage is all yours, gentlemen, as we are waiting for our other speakers. I think they have gone to attend the demo day session, so we will like to resume our panel discussion.
Hello. Thank you very much for this panel discussion. Blockchain can do this, blockchain can do that. Maybe it's a silver bullet which can kill werewolves and vampires both. So, but we are not sure whether that is true in a longer run or not. So, we are going to discuss about the sustainable solutions. Like, if you have ever heard about carbon credits and all, that protocol was established around 1999. But still, we are still struggling around what needs to be done and all. So, I'll quickly start with the question that, are we in that era of, can we say that we have created or we are in line of creating sustainable solutions?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Sunil. Two panel members are absent, so it's more one-side chat between you and me.
Yeah, sure.
So let's go ahead and discuss this.
Sure.
So the way I look at the evolution of blockchain really is that it started around 15 years back.
Yes.
Right? It started with Bitcoin, then picked up with Ethereum, and now we are at a stage where real world adoption is still not picked up.
True.
Enterprises are still not very gung-ho about blockchain. And the reason for that is maybe license, the way current monolithic blockchains present themselves. Right?
True.
And that's one of the reasons I believe a lot of POCs done by layer 2s have not taken off, or they have not gone beyond the POC stage.
True.
We are aware of it in India. There is a lot of POCs on by L2s.
True.
Didn't take it.
True.
What is the reason for that? If you look at from an enterprise perspective, I come from that background. I've been with enterprise business. I dealt with CIOs and CEOs. Their perspective is very clear.
Right.
They are not going to take blockchain for the sake of blockchain.
Right.
They've got enough innovations coming there.
Exactly.
So they will evaluate it in the framework which they are used to. What are the framework they are used to? Right? For them, the big point is predictability.
True.
If I talk to a CIO or a CEO, for them, predictability becomes very, very important. Which means fixed infrastructure. Public blockchains cannot commit fixed infrastructure.
True.
They can't commit fixed costs.
True.
They can't even commit transaction time.
Exactly.
Right? They can't confirmation of transactions.
Very true.
The way optimistic roll-ups and other roll-ups work. So the first conversation itself with the CIO becomes a no. Like, what are you bringing to me? Right?
True.
So that's one part. The second part really is about scalability. They would like to start small. They would like to start at the smallest level and go to the biggest level. So scalability is the second part. The third point is sovereignty. sovereignty of data, sovereignty of infrastructure. You don't want to put their data in some place, maybe the server is sitting in North Korea. They don't want that. Enterprises just don't like their data going on. So they need data sovereignty, they need block space sovereignty. Then the other important parts, faster to market. Do they have a faster to market solution? Or somebody sitting and doing a disease solution? Right? Then the last and not least is developer friendly. Is your blockchain is your blockchain ecosystem that you are building? Is it developer friendly? So if you look at Rubix, the way Rubix, we are one of the last to the place.
Right.
We are going to be launching now. We went through a few iterations, a few technology decisions, and now we have arrived at a design which is saying we will bring Web3 in the Web2 mental model.
Very true.
Very, very clear about it. We are going to make life easy for people looking to adopt Web3. So, how can we do that? Biggest example for that is if you take a smart contract. Smart contracts are written in languages. You've seen our head of technology talk about it. But are written in languages which most developers know.
Yeah, Solidity, Rust, Go, which are not regular languages, we call them. True.
So we use WebAssembly.
Right.
People can code in CSS.
Yes, any full stack developer can leverage this one.
Absolutely. So they are ready to go.
True.
Which means there is no retraining of.
Exactly. So you are trying to minimize the learning curve. So whenever, being in the industry for last 15 years, we face this problem all together. When a new technology comes in the picture, the first question my project manager comes to me and asks me, what is the learning curve? So how much time do your resources need to figure out this technology and all? So first of all, maybe it can lead to a gray area which we are not aware of. So we need to start again from the POC, which will again, you can say, delay the go-to-market strategy for the client.
Absolutely.
Right.
So from faster to market, developer friendly, that's some of the things that Rubix is kept in mind designing.
Right.
And again, infrastructure, you can control your infrastructure, you can create your own subnets. An enterprise today on Rubix can have use cases built on subnets with very restricted EIDs getting access to what is happening. And on the same solution, they can pivot and involve their consumers and their suppliers.
Right.
So we are looking at a one composable stack, right? Where you have EIDs, you have the settlement layer, you have smart contracts, you have the ability to create fungible tokens or NFTs, and we have a wallet to move. So if you come to Rubix, it's a one-stop shop. And now compared to other blockchains, right? There's at least 3 or 4 layers.
True.
There's an L1, there's an
L2.
there's an L3, the wallet is on L3, the L2 is doing execution, the settlement is on L1, it happens after 1 week, all this stuff, right?
True.
Enterprises don't understand this kind of
No,
complexity.
and they get confused that, okay, what is layer 2 and 1 for them is React.js and Node.js or .NET or something else. But when you throw these words to them, they will just look at them, what is layer 0, what is layer 1? Why do I need to worry about all this, you can say, linguistics?
They need to interact with multiple entities.
True.
So what we are saying is it's a one composable stack, right? You got all the tools that you want in one place. In fact, that's our vision, right?
True.
To provide all the essential and comprehensive digital utility tools.
Yes, and that actually we face plenty of problems around scalability, because when we talk about, let's say I want to integrate blockchain, so the first thing is which wallet. Now when you say there are 2 kinds of wallets, when you say custodial or self-custodial, right? When it goes to self-custodial, you need to think twice before going to market the end users. Are they capable of handling the switching between the screens and going to somewhere else, signing the transaction and come back to the situation and come back to the screen where the transaction has originated? People don't like that. For them, the transaction has to happen between milliseconds, or rather within milliseconds. Now, switching between the windows will take seconds. Forget about milliseconds. So that's where the custodial or non-custodial, that wallet war is always there before selecting or moving towards the blockchain implementation.
So, as I said, one composable stack. Okay, you can have a subnet architecture if you want, which are auto syncing, right? The subnet themselves will be with auto syncing. All this will give you unmatched privacy.
Yes.
Right? So, one of the discussions earlier in the panel, we are talking about inability to solve the blockchain trilemma. Right? But we are of the opinion that the three legs of the blockchain trilemma, decentralization, security and scalability. Not every use case requires all the legs.
No.
The approach we have taken is that you can solve any two you want on Rubix.
So basically, kind of a noble guess where we can say it exists only in theory, not in practical. So if you don't require, what is the point of solving that thing where you can solve a better, you can provide a better solution with the tools you already have in place.
So if you want decentralization and security, if you're not see scalability, could be use cases like that.
Yes.
Then you solve for that.
True.
Don't worry about the third leg.
Yes. When we talk about, let's say, agro token or talking about farming and all, at that time you don't expect that millions of transactions occur at the same time. So at that time maybe we can let go some part of scalability and we can talk about the other two pieces where we know that okay, decentralization. And personally I believe that we are bound to live in some sort of centralization. Everything cannot be decentralized. Otherwise there will be a chaos in the society. Right?
So when we're looking at, we're also very clear that you need to be sharp enough to understand where you need to position.
Yes.
They're not for all use cases.
No.
Right? If you look at, and that's one of the other issue I have. Most people is that I keep confusing between public blockchain and DLTs.
These
are two different things.
True. Two different things implemented differently. Even you can say infrastructure wise or from the point of conceive, they both have different you can say go to market strategy, implementation, everything. Even the ideas implemented over DLTs cannot be implemented over public blockchain.
Right? On DLTs you can store data.
True. You can treat like a backend database.
It is a database, right? DLT is finally a database. A blockchain is not a database.
No.
A lot of people have this misconception it's not a database.
No.
In fact, the closest I can think of a blockchain is like the file transfer protocols. You have 90s, if you remember Napster. Okay. I think it's a Napster now of the new world. It's really is.
True.
So what is a blockchain in that sense? A blockchain for me is sort of a digital vending machine. A digital vending machine which will give you control over rights, some rights you have, control over some rights, and cost them.
Yes.
Immutably.
Right? So that it can be traceable, cannot be it is tamper proof and all.
Absolutely.
All the various you can say aspects of blockchain.
Absolutely. So which means that if you were to go with this definition, there are some very clear use cases that will start emerging. Right? I believe data collaboration use cases.
True.
If you see the last decade or so, enterprises have invested a lot in marketing automation.
Marketing automation,
Sales
interoperability.
automation.
Yes, sales automation.
Customer experience automation.
True.
They have done a lot of automation.
True.
They have done a lot of first-party data automation. I believe they've reached a peak in that now. Now they're looking for additional areas where they can improve productivity, increase revenues, reduce costs, or improve customer experience. This is what all enterprises want.
Of course, ROI, without ROI they cannot start even, they cannot even think of investing in it.
So, I believe that blockchain, the right blockchain would fix this bill of enabling trustless, permissionless collaboration between entities in the manner which is ROI free.
Right.
That's the last word here. You can do all these things.
Yeah.
But if you want to earn $26K and spend $130K, which is what I read the other day, somebody doing a transaction on Ethereum, what's the point? You earn 26K, but you spend 130K.
130K you are losing. No, that's putting our money to sustain Ethereum.
Absolutely. So that I believe, and hence decentralized marketplaces disintermediation of existing technology stacks.
Right.
These are two areas for public blockchain.
Public blockchain, yes. And
Collaboration between
entities, yes.
Entities within organizations. I'm talking to some people who are saying between marketing and finance, the stacks are very different. We are governed by very different audit and compliance requirements. You can treat it as different organizations.
Of course.
Can we have a solution?
Umbrella structure kind of thing, where there is a master organization and there are various organizations under it. So point is again, these are common problems which are related to regular blockchain ideas. When we talk about carbon credits or something, I needed half an hour to explain my father what is carbon credit. Why is it important for our Mother Earth? What exactly are we trying to achieve? Now, when we create a solution around this one, let's say the carbon credit or supply chain traceability solutions around supply chain. We are in Gujarat and we know that we are mango lovers. And pretty soon we will have organic and inorganic mangoes. And there is no way in the world that anybody can tell exactly that whether this is an inorganic mango or organic mango, right? Even if you put on blockchain, so what sort of problems you see, because supply chain is a part of everybody's life. And carbon credit may or may not be a part, but supply chain is definitely a part of it. So in that case, let's say, because we are talking about farmers, let's say food and all, so can they leverage carbon credits or can they leverage something which can give them an additional advantage for their survival? So point is, do you see that farmers should adapt to this one, or are there any proper use cases being adopted by the industry or any success stories?
I will tell you what, tokenization, what do you do? Most of the supply chain cases have been built on private sector.
Yes.
You all know what trade lines. Trade lines have been shut down. One of the reasons trade lines are shut down is because the heterogeneous stakeholders across the value chain didn't agree on what value they should get.
True.
That's the point.
That's the point.
And it became very cumbersome to implement it on a private sector.
And apart from that, the security aspect of it, onboarding of users is also a very cumbersome process in comparison to public blockchain, where you just install a wallet and you are good to go within 5 minutes.
On a public blockchain like Rubix with a smart contract and DID, and you can have multiple smart contracts.
Yes, not just one. To control your entire automation process, maybe one leads to another, some sort of smart contract automation itself, not just the outside automation, but within the smart contracts also we can do that.
And then you do tokenization.
Yes.
And again, you don't require huge cryptographic algorithms for this.
No.
And that's why we believe a lightweight algorithm will serve the purpose of some kind of engagement. Should serve the purpose because the ticket sizes are not large here.
True.
So how do you get all these people into the fold and transfer? Another point, Sunil, which we were discussing earlier, is that most people look at blockchains as solving or becoming a solution.
Yes.
That's it will never happen. Blockchain itself is not a solution. Blockchain is at the infrastructure layer. There are at least two more technologies in my view, other than the back-end and front-end technology, at least two other technologies are being
Of course, yes. It is like similar to AI. AI cannot survive on its own. You can create a model, but what will you do with that model? Unless and until it is consumed by a website, mobile application, desktop, anything. But unless and until that consumption is there, you cannot make it happen. AI cannot survive alone. Similarly, blockchain also cannot survive alone. There are at least 3-4 technologies associated with that. And using those technologies only, we can implement such solutions.
Absolutely. So if you see, other than the Web2 technologies that you mentioned about, there are very specific, domain-specific technologies that are required. Let's say IoT, AR, VR kind of technologies, very domain-specific and use cases.
True.
But what I'm seeing uniformly, right? Blockchain, privacy-enhancing technologies, and AI. These three are going to be hunting in pairs.
True.
It's like Cobra, Shami, and I think that's going to happen, right?
Of course.
Every use case worth its which will stand in the next 2-3 years, survive the next 2-3 years, and come out, will be tokenized. We'll leverage these three technologies optimally.
Yes.
To deliver value for enterprise.
True. So when it started around 2013, when the first programmable blockchain was released, people still thought that okay, this is blockchain, so cryptocurrency, maybe still it is like Bitcoin. People didn't realize that okay, this is a separate platform altogether from Bitcoin. So point is then people realize the problems, and then we have layer 1, layer 2, layer 3 and whatnot, the other solutions. But the challenge was to how to make the solution so adaptable that it can be used by a street vendor. It's not something that okay, somewhere some fancy person sitting in a cabin using blockchain to some trade or some cryptocurrency transactions. It is about adaptability, otherwise the technologies cannot survive. Like AI affects everybody. Now AI sits in your phone, you can ask a question to your phone and it answers AI. Similarly, blockchain also needs to go to that level where the adaptability is to the, let's say, 140 crores are our population, at least 100 crore people are using blockchain. That's where the actual rise in the technology will be seen by the industry.
I think we've reached that stage. I think we've reached the evolution. We now have a lot of protocols coming.
Yes.
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 Who have realized that it is important to dovetail the design of the protocols on back of the needs of the enterprises which are adopted.
True.
So I think that bridging is happening. So to come back to the topic that we have today, yes, if these 3-4 points that we covered, organizations here, are addressed by blockchain, then they will be able to deliver sustainable value for enterprises.
At least a long-term solution or something which actually changed somebody's life. And not just because it's a technology, it's a fancy word and everybody's talking about blockchain, let us just use blockchain. I mean, we face plenty of clients that just come to us and, okay, Sunil, we want to use blockchain. But why? I mean, there has to be, the why has to be answered first. Then you should select that, okay, that blockchain, whether the solution is ready for blockchain adoption or not. So I believe that once that mindset is done, that's why we are seeing the rise in the use cases around RWS or real world asset tokenizations or security token offerings or real estate fractionalization and all. And that's why I believe carbon credit market is also rising up, or sustainable solutions around wind farms and plenty of other things.
Some of the use cases we are seeing are in MarTech.
Yes.
Right? Again, it is not so regulated. MarTech and AdTech, I was discussing with a couple of my colleagues from the AdTech industry here today. Right? If you look at the entire AdTech space, huge amount of disintermediation possible.
Yes.
It is completely opaque, right? And there are a lot of stakeholders. Between the brand and consumers, there's a lot of value lost.
Right.
Between the publisher and the
end user.
Okay? There's a huge value chain. The waiting to be disintermediated.
Right.
The problem till now is the moment you said gas fee and transaction fee, the business case went out of the window on the first conversation. Now, you're going to say, okay, there's not going to be any gas fee. You have full control on your data. You can scale as you go along. You see benefits, then you can come up.
True.
AdTech is one area. MarTech is another area.
True.
Which is seeing huge amount of interest in terms of open loyalty. Open loyalty is one area. You see use cases. Retention marketing, there are use cases that we are working on. Health tech is another area.
Yes.
One of our partners in the US, fairly large community organization, I'm not going to take names, huge numbers. They are building a wellness cafe for their members, where they are looking at providing HIPAA-compliant data on blockchain using GIS in a manner which is flexible.
Right. Awesome.
Health tech, AdTech, MarTech, there are a lot of conversations about happening.
Yes.
I agree with you. Tokenization in fintech is taking a lot of what I call media space, but there are a lot of all these other segments also which are picking up slowly and steadily.
Right.
I think we will see a lot of this.
Yes. So thank you very much, Mr. Srini, for sharing your valuable experience around the technology and all. Let's just give him a huge round of applause for his experience. And I'll just take a couple of questions if there are any. Okay then. Thank you very much, Mr. Srini. I think we have have had only 2 people, so all the questions were properly answered.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.